video entry number 2. I'm sitting outside my house right now on a smoky day in Central Oregon. It's definitely fire season. Feeling the countdown pretty urgently nowadays, ticking in the back of my brain. I had asked a few friends recently who'd been abroad what it felt like for them when they were getting down to the wire, and the first one said that it was just utter chaos the last couple months before he left. The second one told me that it didn't even hit him until he landed in the foreign country. And the third one had the best response that I've heard of, and I've brought it up to other people who have agreed. She said it was like being full of bees, which is such a funny expression, right? Because you hear it and think, oh, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. And you know exactly what it's supposed to mean. It's this relentless buzzing in every limb, this restlessness, and it's sort of irritating in a way too, which is odd, because this whole experience has been positive, right? This is a choice that I've made, and I'm excited about it, but it's a complicated excitement. By that I mean that it's tinged with a certain level of grief, this grief of leaving, and that makes it difficult. I feel restless, absolutely restless all the time. These bees, right, are just swarming through your veins, demanding some level of action, and I can't stop the thoughts from coming, all the things I have to do, how little time I have to do them. Makes sleeping pretty difficult, which is perhaps where that irritation comes from. It might be because the sleep is lacking, but I think it also comes from something else this same friend said to me, that everybody else around you can't see the bees, they can't feel them, they don't understand what you're feeling, and it's sort of obnoxious. It's just so dumb. It's so silly to feel that way. It was such a positive experience that you've chosen for yourself. But you get annoyed at people around you for not recognizing what you're going through, that their days just continue by like they normally would, and your days move faster and faster as you get closer to uprooting all of it. So I'm finding some of that anxiety in myself, certainly. There is, for me, an added element to all of this, and I mentioned it last time in my blog post. It's brought a lot of reflection for me. Something else that happens, I think, when you're leaving anyway. I know some friends mentioned that they went through a period of reflection, thinking about who might stay in their lives, who might get lost in the cracks of time. But I had mentioned on a personal note last time some of the complications of leaving for myself. Sad to say that my grandma died yesterday, which wasn't unexpected, but it was a sudden and sharp decline, and it certainly hurts. There is a blessing, I think, in that, knowing that I can be here with my family for a couple of weeks before I leave, and I don't have to receive a call from abroad and feel absolutely helpless there. But there's still a sense of helplessness, even being here. So it's a bittersweet ending to it all. I don't have to tell anybody that grief is complicated. We all know that, I think. But I'd be lying if I said I weren't struggling with it on some level. But that's part of what this whole blog is really about, right? Is being honest, and why I mentioned some of those feelings in my last post. I think we have a tendency to look at travel and adventure as this carefree existence where the biggest hiccups come from missing your train or accidentally ordering something really gnarly off the menu because you didn't understand what you were ordering. Language barrier type issues. But it's not that easy, and this blog is meant to be honest, because as much as it is to keep in touch with home, it's also to keep in touch with myself, and in order to do that I have to share some of the parts that maybe aren't so happy. And they're things that you wouldn't see other places. It means a certain level of honesty that relates specifically to character building parts that you won't see on the highlight reel of Instagram or Facebook. Because I believe in being honest. Fact is, life isn't all pretty. Sometimes it's awful, and sometimes it's really ugly. And I wear a bracelet actually every day. La vita è bella. Life is beautiful. To remind myself that there is beauty, and sometimes it's tinged with stress and anxiety. Sometimes it's really hard to find. Sometimes, and I'm sure I'm butchering this beyond belief, somebody probably very famous and eloquent said something like this once. Sometimes beauty is knowing that that word happy only really gets its meaning from knowing what it is to be sad. So, on the sad days, trying to find some happiness and some beauty, and today that beauty looks like a lovely picture from the 5th story balcony of my apartment in Durrës, Albania, looking over the Adriatic Sea. So, sorry I don't have a more fun update, exciting, action-packed. Those are yet to come. But until next time, thanks for checking in, and I will keep you in the loop.